Yo. What's good, what's good? We back with another reaction video. And y'all know I had to do some more Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird reminisce about their rivalry in college and the NBA, man. Y'all know I don't waste too much time, so we about to just get right into it.
Larry, you talk about us meeting 30
Appreciate
years
y'all.
ago. And now we played in front of probably 15, 16,000. Now the Final Four, 72,000 people saw the game. It's really incredible.
Well, I don't know if 70-some thousand can see it, but they're here, probably watching on Jumbotron. But, it's amazing how the game has come so far and all the time they put into it to make it better. So the NCAA has done a great job, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. When we first came in, there's 32 teams. Now there's 64, and a lot of quality teams out there.
Yes, and I'd say that we put the madness in March, in that game that we had, still the highest rated final in NCAA history. What did you think happened? Why did we were able to capture the imagination of everybody around the country?
I'm still amazed by that, but the TV ratings back then, people just had 4 or 5 channels to pick from. Now they got 400, but I think it was just, in my case, people really didn't see me play on national TV. I was from a mid-major school, and then you come in and with all the hype and the play that you did and the struggles you had earlier in your season, and we were undefeated and we're playing against a Big Ten champion, and I think it just caught everybody's attention. And here it is 30 years later, and they still ask a lot of questions about it.
Still today. Then we both go on. You go to the Boston Celtics, which I don't know who did this. The basketball gods shine down on us. You end up with Boston. I end up in L.A. We went on to win many championships. Tell me your experience in Boston. How was that experience?
Well, it was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I grew up in Boston. I was very fortunate to go to a small school where I felt comfortable. I love the city of Terre Haute, but once I left, I was nervous about getting out there, getting settled. But once I got settled in and got to know my way around a little bit in Boston, I knew it was a perfect fit for me. And knowing you was on the West Coast, I was on the East Coast, I was just dreaming about another chance maybe I get to play against you.
Yeah, well, you know what? The NCAA finals created this rivalry that now fans could carry over to the NBA. And then we were able to meet a couple times in the finals. Tell me how your Celtic team would match up against the champions, this season championship Boston team.
Well, it's really hard to tell because I never really played against them guys. I never played against any of them, but I know their defense was excellent. I think they won the championship because of their defense. I know Paul Pierce is a very, very good player, and Ray Allen's always been one of my favorites because he shoots the ball extremely well and he knows how to play. Then they got Kevin Garnett. Then they got a lot of role players that filled their role. I don't know how we would have competed against him, but obviously with the teams that we had, 84 and 86, I thought in 84 we got lucky and came back and beat you guys. But in 86 was a team that I thought was our best team in Boston, and I would take that team and challenge anyone.
Why is it that the Celtic players make great presidents and GM? Kevin McHale, Minnesota, Danny Ainge with Boston, and you with the Pacers. What is it about you, Celtics?
Well, I don't know if we're great, but we've had some success, and I think when it's all said and done, you'll see that our body of work, but we still have a long ways to go. I think it's just because of Red Auerbach. I mean, if you looked around the players that he coached, the guys that went on to coaching and GMs, and there's a large amount of guys that's been successful when their playing days are over.
Tell me about your Pacers now. You rebuilding, and you got some great young talent. So tell us about your Pacers.
Yeah, we had a situation there for 2 or 3 years where our players really embarrassed the city and our franchise and really hurt us. And I decided to go in a different direction. And when you do that, Irving, you take away a lot of your talents. So really you're in a rebuilding mode. And last year we was fortunate to be able to get 2 young players. I think it's going to help us in the long run. But it's a rebuilding situation, but hopefully we can get there sooner than later, but it's going to take some time.
Well, I talked to you, and you really took some of those incidents personally, and it really hurt you because you want everything to go well. You played the game the right way. You love the state of Indiana. So tell me how you feel about this team now. You're feeling good about it representing not only yourself but the city of Indianapolis.
Oh, no question about it. The players we have there are quality players, great individuals. I take any of them home with me. They're sweethearts, but we just got to get better. Obviously, we got some holes to fill, and in the near future, I hope we can plug them holes and start winning a lot of games.
Keita Granger, outstanding small forward, can shoot the lights out, score from anywhere on the court. What makes him a great player?
His heart. I mean, he came in and wanted to be a great player. He does all his extra work. He's made great strides in the last 4 years. He wants to be the number one guy, and he's going to do whatever he can to be that guy. And you know, through your career, if you want to be somebody, it takes a lot of work. You got to put a lot of pressure on your shoulders, and you got to carry guys along. You got to make the guys around you better.
That's right.
That's one thing Danny's got to work on. He's a very good basketball player, but once he starts figuring out the guys are with him, if he can make them better, it's going to be a lot easier on himself.
Smartest player you ever played with?
With Dennis Johnson.
Best player you ever played with?
Probably Dennis Johnson. It's close between Kevin and Dennis. They're two different type of players, but I always thought if we really needed something, and Dennis always said I'm a 44% shooter during the regular season and 60 in the playoffs.
That's
but
right.
Kevin was incredible. You played against him, but DJ I thought was a guy I loved to play with. He thought the same way I did, and he's pretty good.
I want to take fans back to your retirement day. And I was in the locker room, and a lot of fans don't know this, but I had my Laker warm-up on, but I didn't bring a shirt. So when I asked the trainer for a T-shirt and to put on up under my Laker warm-up, so won't you take it from there and tell the people what happened?
Well, I seen it. I seen you ask for a T-shirt, and I seen what they gave you. And once we got out there on the stage, you were walking around. I could see the Boston Celtic T-shirt underneath, so I couldn't let it go. I just had to rip that thing open and let all the Celtic fans see that you really wanted to be a Celtic. But, it might be your last time to be on.
I'm getting rashes right now.
But, it was a pretty good moment. I still sign all them pictures.
And that was a great moment for me as well. Larry, I don't know if there ever will be a rivalry quite like yours and mine. And it's amazing, two Midwest boys, relatively large families, mama's boys. What made it special was we couldn't run fast, we couldn't jump high, but we loved to compete. What will it take now for the NBA to come back? Because I keep telling people it takes rivalries like the ones we had, the Celtics versus the Lakers, for it to really be strong again. What do you think?
Well, in the 80s, early 80s, we came in the league and we were new and we were trying to feel our way around, and we was fortunate enough to win a championship here and there. But really, when it got to 84 on through, Charles came in the league,
Right.
Michael came in the league, Patrick, John Stockton, Karl Malone. You can just keep naming David Robinson later on. But there was more and more great players coming to our league, guys that would do anything to win.
Right.
And it was very competitive. We have a lot of great players in our league now. We just don't have as many. Right. We don't have the rivalries that we used to have.
Yeah.
I love to play against, obviously you throughout. I'd love to compete against Michael and Charles and them guys. Now it's a little different, but I think once these younger guys come on, a lot of them came out of school early, but once they get older and they feel that they got an opportunity to win a championship, I think there'll be more competitiveness and a lot better players.
And then back to the Boston-Philly rivalries, back to the Detroit-Chicago, Michael versus Isaiah and his Pistons. That's what we need more of. And then tell me this, and three of our friends went into the Hall of Fame this year. So if I said Michael Jordan, what would you say?
I think unbelievable. I mean, I can tell you some things that happened in the games against us. One time I turned, I jumped, and he still went. His knees almost hit me in the chin. And that's when I realized that this guy's pretty special for his jumping ability, but cat quick. He closed down a pass lane as fast as anybody ever seen, and just a phenomenal player.
John Stockton.
One of the smartest
some
players I played
highlights.
against. So
Me
very
too.
crafty,
Me too.
very crafty with the ball. Would always watch the defense, what they were going to do. And if they made a mistake, the ball was delivered right on the money.
And then finally, David Robinson.
David Robinson was big and strong and Very agile for a big man, could score points in bunches and covered up a lot of space. Great up and down the court. Remind me of Robert Parrish when Robert was young. So a very skilled player.
Give me your take on 3 today guys right quick. LeBron James.
He could be one of the best small forwards ever play the game, and I think he's closing in on it now. All he's got to do is win some championships.
Kobe Bryant.
He's my favorite. I think he's the best I've
Rest
seen
in
in
peace.
a long, long time. I would never compare him to Michael, but if anyone's close to him, it would be him.
Yeah. Chris Paul.
Chris Paul is crafty. I mean, I've seen Chris in practice in college. I never dreamed that he would be this good this early. I knew he had a lot of talent, but very crafty player. Reminds me a lot of John Stockton.
Not no more.
Finally, Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade is incredible. He takes a lot of beating out there, and he just continues to come through. Last year he had
This
a down
2009 though.
year, and I watched him play a lot this year. He's just an incredible basketball player.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights.
Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, man, that joint was hot. I like that. I had to do that. Yeah, I didn't do that one. I just had to see that. That was cool, though. I didn't know that he was actually from Boston. I didn't know that. See, that's why I'm learning this stuff all the time, man. I'm learning all of this stuff. But yeah, I'm out of this show, man. Y'all let me know some more videos. Definitely gonna start doing some more NFL stuff too, like I've been doing on my channel, you know. But yeah, man, I definitely got some more Larry Bird and Magic Johnson videos coming. Yes, sir, yes, sir. But yeah, love y'all. I'm out of this joint. On to the next video. Peace.